There are some memories that don't fade. No matter how much time passes, they stay exactly the way they happened. Every sound, every word, every mistake. Mine starts with a photograph, not because of what was in it, but because of what wasn't. A few months after that camping trip, a detective asked me to look through the pictures we had taken that weekend. He stopped on one image, zoomed in, looked at me, and asked a question that still keeps me awake. "Who was standing behind your tent?" I told him there wasn't anyone behind our tent. He looked back at the screen, then quietly said, "Then explain this. I haven't been camping since. This happened during the first week of September, 2023. My best friend Tyler had been trying for weeks to convince me to take one last camping trip before summer officially ended. We invited our girlfriends, and after enough convincing, they agreed. The plan was simple. One night, one campfire, back home the next afternoon. We chose an old forest road inside a large national forest in northern Arkansas. It wasn't an official campground. A local fisherman had shown Tyler the place years earlier. According to him, almost nobody knew it existed. That should have been our first warning. The drive took almost 4 hours. By the time we left the highway, the sun was already dropping behind the hills. The paved road became gravel, then dirt. Eventually, even the dirt road disappeared into 2 narrow tire tracks winding through thick pine trees. Neither of our phones had service anymore. Tyler smiled. Now it actually feels like camping. Nobody laughed. The deeper we drove, the quieter everything became. No passing cars, no distant chainsaws, not even birds, just the sound of our tires rolling over loose stones. About 20 minutes later, we reached the clearing. It was perfect. A small open space surrounded by towering pines. A shallow creek flowed nearby. There was enough room for 2 tents and a fire. But something felt off. The fire ring was full of fresh ashes. Not cold gray ashes, dark black ones. Like someone had built a fire there recently, maybe even that morning. "Think somebody's still around?" my girlfriend asked. Tyler kicked the ashes with his boot. "They're probably gone." That answer satisfied everyone except me. While we unloaded the truck, I noticed something else. A folding chair. Old, sun-faded, half hidden behind a tree. No backpack, no tent, no cooler, just one empty chair, facing directly toward the campsite. Tyler dragged it into the fire and burned it as kindling. Looking back, I wish he hadn't touched it. The rest of the evening felt almost normal. We cooked burgers over the fire, told stupid stories, watched the stars appear one by one. Around 11, the temperature dropped sharply. We decided to call it a night. Before climbing into the tent, I looked around one last time. The forest was completely black beyond the reach of the firelight. It felt like standing in the middle of an endless ocean. At some point after midnight, I woke up, not because of a noise, because everything had become too quiet. The fire had gone out. The creek still flowed, but every other sound had disappeared. Then, I heard breathing, not inside the tent. Outside, slow, controlled, close enough that I could hear it over my own heartbeat. I held my breath. The breathing stopped. A few seconds later, something brushed against the side of the tent. Not an animal. It moved too slowly, almost curiously. I reached for my flashlight. Before I could turn it on, 3 soft taps landed against the fabric. Tap, tap, tap. Nobody inside the tent moved. Even Tyler, sleeping in the tent beside ours, stayed silent. I don't think any of us wanted to admit we were awake. Nearly a minute passed, then footsteps. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Slowly circling both tents. Once, twice, then silence again. I finally switched on the flashlight and unzipped the tent. The campsite was empty, or at least It looked empty. Our cooler stood open. Someone had removed 4 unopened bottles of water and lined them up neatly beside the fire pit. Nothing else had been touched. Not food, not wallets, not the truck, just the water. Nobody in our group admitted doing it. We packed immediately. No breakfast, no coffee, no discussion. As we loaded the truck, Tyler suddenly stopped. He pointed toward the muddy ground beside my driver's door. There was one set of footprints, bare feet, large enough to belong to an adult. The prints came out of the woods, stopped beside the truck, then turned around and disappeared back into the trees. There were no footprints leading toward our tents, only away from them. We left within minutes. None of us spoke during the 3-hour drive home. A week later, while looking through the photos from that trip, we noticed something none of us had seen in person. Every picture taken after sunset had the same dark shape between the trees. Always far away, always partially hidden, always in a different place. Watching. We deleted every photo. None of us has ever gone back. And whenever someone asks why I don't camp in places that aren't official campgrounds anymore, I tell them the truth. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing in the woods is the person who got there first.